and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, with the City of Hampton's Communications and Marketing Department. And today we're going to talk about a really fun and different summer camp for girls, learning to be firefighters. My guests are Jami Salvio from the Fire Department and Rebecca Fritter from the Girl Scouts. Now you guys have teamed up to create this camp.
Absolutely. We offer Girl Scout camps throughout the summer, and the Hampton Fire Department came to us actually and wanted to offer this for girls in our area to introduce them to firefighting and other aspects of learning to grow. So we have teamed up and are ready to run camp this summer.
Well, it's smart because it's a big part of what Girl Scouts does. It teaches
Absolutely.
teaches girls to have confidence, to explore opportunities, to think about the variety of things they can do in their lives, whether that's at home or in professional careers or whatever.
That's exactly right. We're trying to build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. And
oh, you say that so quickly. You've got that down. Say it again. We'll start. Girls of
courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place.
Well, that's what firefighters do, right?
Yes, we sure do.
So, Jami, how did this come about? Was it you guys, in the women probably in the fire department, kind of had this idea, or?
Actually, this camp actually started in Arizona.
So it's modeled on. Okay.
It is, yes. A couple years ago, I went to a Women in Fire Service conference over in Portsmouth, and there was a chief from Arizona there that actually presented the camp to the women at the conference. And it just kind of struck an interest with me and another lieutenant. At the time, she was with me, Lieutenant Nichols, and we brought it back home, took it to our chief, and asked him if he would send us to Arizona to see how the camp was ran. And he did. In 2012, he sent us to Arizona, and we were able to explore, help out, and see exactly how they did their camp out there. And we brought it back to the chief and asked him, could we possibly do it? Gave him a rundown on exactly how it was ran, how we wanted to do it, and he approved it. We got with Rebecca with the Girl Scouts, and we're hoping we're going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think this is really exciting because when I asked you, how many women were in our fire department, and you were counting off names. I mean, clearly, this is as more and more women are in the military. I mean, there's a lot of barriers being broken down, but firefighting, why is that a harder one? Why is there a bigger hurdle there, do you think?
I think women just don't put the two together, maybe. They think it's a man's job, so they don't explore the idea.
Like it doesn't even, the door's never
Right,
open. They
right.
don't ever see that,
Right.
really. You don't see very many, I don't know, when little boys grow up, at some point in their lives, almost all of them want to be a firefighter and a police officer. Mm-hmm. I mean, and a truck driver. and little girls don't say that very often.
And we find when we go to the schools and do demos, do PRs for the schools, you always have at least one or two girls that say, oh, I could be a firefighter? Yeah, you can be a firefighter if that's something you want to do. So, in high school, I never even thought of the idea of being a firefighter in high school.
When did it come to you?
I went to the academy at 32 years old. So probably a year before that is when my husband is also a firefighter for the city of Hampton.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't get into it till years after we were married. And
So what was your first career, Jami?
I was actually a registered jeweler. So
that's quite a switch. Really, how did this come about?
I just decided that I was that girl in high school that didn't do sports. I was more the newspaper club, things like that.
Yeah, me
and
too.
So I did that. And then one day I just decided, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. If I can go out and pass the test, then it's meant for me to continue to try. And I went out and I passed the test with 1 second to spare.
Oh my gosh.
And that was to actually volunteer for the city of Hampton. That wasn't even career. Mm-hmm. So I did that. I went through the firefighter 1 and 2 classes as a volunteer. And then I decided to apply for the city. And I just kind of put it in God's hands. I said, you know what, if this is meant for me to do, because where I was happy. I'd been there 13 years. And I decided, let's see what happens. And I got a call from the city. And so my next hurdle was getting through the fire academy. So because like we said, as a female, the fire department doesn't give you special treatment because you're a woman. You still have to do everything that the guys do. especially in the fire academy.
And maybe that's part of the difference, because in the military there's a variety of roles, and so you don't necessarily as a woman have to do the ones that require the 40-pound gear and climbing and, you know, a lot of that upper body strength,
Right.
which is what we have a hard time with a lot. So, but as a firefighter, you do. I mean,
Yes.
there's no way to avoid the gear requirements and the
Right.
climbing requirements and that physical strength.
We are still required to pass the same test that the guys passed. We still have a certain amount of time that's across the board for all of us, no matter whether we're male, female, young, old, it doesn't matter. We still have a certain time to do this test that we do. So.
Obviously, you're glad you made the career switch.
I love it.
You're sitting here smiling. I can tell. Why? What is it about it that you love so much?
One, the challenges. Two, I love to work with people. I love to help people. That's just who I am. I've always been that way. I'm one of those people that I don't mind riding the medic and taking care of the sick individuals. I don't mind riding the fire truck and fighting fire. So I like
and we
both of
should
it.
tell people in Hampton, which isn't necessarily true of other cities, but in Hampton, you're trained for both. Almost all of our people are cross-trained, a medic, sometimes at different levels,
Yes.
and to fight fires. And that's an efficiency thing. I mean, if you have the same, you don't have to have two separate crews then in a fire station. And a lot of times the needs overlap. If there's a fire, you're going to need medics in a lot of cases, if there's anyone in that house. So that way, everybody's there.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you sell this to girls?
The way I've been pushing it is one, and I get lots of crazy faces when I do walk up to them. We went to a PR a couple weeks ago at the church, and I would just walk up to girls that looked like they were in our age range between 6th grade and 12th grade, and would just tell them, of course I was in uniform, and would just tell them, look, we're doing this new camp this year, we're trying to get the information out. It's to introduce you to the fire department, not only the fire department, but to help build your self-confidence, build respect, build teamwork. And just kind of give them a run through of things that we would like to try and do. So.
Okay, so how do the Girl Scouts, your role is, you're kind of running, well, you're jointly running the camp, right?
Absolutely. We are the home base in the sense of they will sleep at our property in Williamsburg, Camp Skimino.
Yay!
So they'll come on Sunday, check in with our campers, and we staff that. It's fully staffed by 33 people for the summer. So they come check in there. Then starting Monday morning, we will transport them to the fire department, and they will be with the firefighters and all day, do program with them, and then at night they'll come back and they'll sleep actually at our property, and they'll do some fun camp things.
That's what I was going to say. They'll
in
have
the
that whole
evening.
camp experience.
Absolutely.
In the
They'll
evening,
get to
and the campfires
swim. They'll
and
get to
oh, yeah.
do all that fun, like campy things, but with that, they'll get the experience at the fire department.
So you have some this captive audience in Girl Scouts,
Absolutely.
right? Are you seeing that people are interested in this? Are you able
They are.
to?
I've gotten a lot of calls. I've gotten a lot of, so tell me exactly what we're going to be doing, or
There's that fear factor.
There's
like,
a little,
can I deal with that?
And our girls that are, have that adventurous, that's a big thing in Girl Scouting right now, especially in this age bracket, the 6th grade and up. They're looking for more than just crafts and those kind of things. They want that adventure. Right. So I do see that girls are interested. There is a little bit of a, moment, but then once you start explaining it and they realize they're not going to be pushed, they're going to be pushed to try things, but that's what it's really about. And they may not want to be a firefighter at the end, but that's what they're there to figure out. Could this be something? Could this, and maybe another career path that they learn about while they're there might be the direction that they want to go in.
Right, or is it, which is perfectly fine with summer camps, just your high adventure camp experience?
Absolutely.
And you go around the rest of your life and, I got to do this. So what are some of the things they're going to get to do when they're with you guys?
We're going to introduce them. We are going to introduce them to our turnout gear. They'll get to experience putting it on, wearing it, feeling the weight of it. We're going to teach them also to wear the SCBAs, which is what our breathing apparatus that helps us in the fire. We are going to teach them how to climb ladders, how to hold ladders, carry ladders. We are going to do putting out fires with the fire extinguisher, so teach them that. Tie in ropes and knots. We also have a 105-foot ladder at Station 9, and they are going to get to climb that if they would like. I did have a girl come to me when I said that. She was like, "We really have to climb that?" And I said, "Well, you don't have to climb it, but that's part of that confidence, that building your confidence." I said, "We'll work with you and get you up that ladder if that's what you want to try." We're going to teach them hose streams, how to handle the hose like we do on a house fire. Water supply, which is hooking into the fire hydrants. We also are going to teach some basic first aid. Bleeding control, splinting, holding C-spine in the event of a back or neck injury. We're also going to get any of the girls that are over 14 can become CPR certified, If they're not 14, they can still take the CPR class and have the skills. They just cannot be actual certified for it.
Right.
We have partnered with Riverside possibly to do a camp emergency, which they will do, show them the trauma center. We have Nightingale coming that will land and show us how Nightingale works. We have our tech rescue team is going to actually do a tech rappelling off of our building to show the girls that. What else do we have?
See, that's cool,
So
and that
there's
is.
lots.
I mean, I didn't have girls, so unfortunately I went to Boy Scout camp as a leader. But you know, that's a lot of what you do. You do that team building, that ropes course, the rappelling, the climbing. You know, it's fun in and of itself. And the EMT training really ties into any sort of medical field that girls might be interested in a career. So it's much, much broader experience than maybe I don't think I want to be a firefighter. I can still have a really good time and learn a lot at this camp.
And get to try new things. And that's kind of what we look for and we push for girls is try it. You never know which piece of it that you might realize this is the route I want to go, or just to be able to say, I did that.
I did
and
that.
at the end of the day, I
learned
climbed
that.
the ladder.
I can handle it, and I feel much more confident and more willing to try new things next time.
Absolutely.
Which is important, you know? Even at my age, you still have to be open to that, or you don't continue to grow. You close yourself off to too many things. Well, this is exciting. What's the age range again?
6th grade to 12th grade.
That's a pretty broad range. So they would obviously be able to handle different things at that age, but all get a chance to be involved. Well, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So when does it happen, and how do we register? Not that I'm in that age range, but you know, just in case.
July 20th through the 25th. You can register on our website, gsccc.org.
Now, suppose I know someone, but she's not currently a Girl Scout. Can she still come?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Through our registration process, we'll get her signed up as a Girl Scout, and she'll come on down to camp. We have lots of girls that just join us for summer camp. They're not Girl Scouts during the year. They're just Girl Scouts in the summer to come to camp.
That sounds really cool. I'm excited. I'm going to have to come by and watch them sometime during that week. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And I hope that you know a Girl Scout out there, or a girl who could be a Scout out there who wants to experience this, whether it's a career option or a fun adventure camp or exploring the medical field. There's a great opportunity here. Thank you for watching.